I was unloading camping gear when I heard a sharp crack nearby. Jade screamed, stumbling backward while clutching her face in shock. A stranger, in a black tactical vest, stood with his hand raised. For a split second, everything felt unnaturally silent around us. Then training and instinct collided inside my head. My name is Donovan Wright, 37, Army Master Sergeant. I serve with the 75th Ranger Regiment at Fort Benning. 16 years in special operations shaped how I respond. Discipline, restraint, precision, never uncontrolled reaction. I dropped the gear and stepped forward deliberately. Jade's eyes met mine, wide with disbelief and pain. A red mark was already forming across her cheek. The man looked about 50, heavy-set, gray-haired, holding clipboard. Another man in similar tactical gear lingered near a truck. "Get away from my wife," I said evenly. My voice carried command authority honed through deployments. The man turned slowly, arrogance replacing any concern. He claimed Jade assaulted an HOA enforcement officer. He said he used minimal necessary force. The statement was as insulting as it was absurd. Jade is 5'4", a kindergarten teacher. She weighs barely over 100 pounds. I asked her calmly what happened moments earlier. She said he approached about non-existent HOA violations. When she reached for her phone, he slapped her, declared she was obstructing official business. The man identified himself as Rutherford Mason. He claimed affiliation with Creekside HOA Enforcement Division. Every phrase sounded rehearsed and manufactured. I noted the fake patch on his vest. There was no HOA in our neighborhood. The authority he projected was completely fabricated. The red imprint on Jade's cheek sharpened my focus. Rage surged, but discipline held it in check. I pulled out my phone and dialed 911. I reported an assault in progress immediately. Dispatch confirmed units were responding code 3. Rutherford shifted his weight toward his truck, clearly intended to leave before officers arrived. I stepped into his path without touching him. "You are not leaving," I said firmly. "Police are on the way right now." His partner moved toward me aggressively.
Out.
That was a tactical mistake. 2 suspects, confined driveway, protect primary asset. I redirected his momentum using controlled combatives technique. He went down safely, face to pavement. I secured his arms in restraint position. No strikes, no unnecessary force applied. The movement lasted less than 2 seconds. "Do not move," I instructed calmly. "If you struggle, you risk injury." Rutherford froze, reassessing the situation quickly. Sirens echoed down Oakwood Drive seconds later. Columbus's police units arrived with urgency. Officer Parrish exited first and surveyed the scene. I released the restrained suspect upon instruction. Both men were separated and searched. Jade explained the assault clearly through steady breaths. Officer Parrish observed the visible facial injury, informed Rutherford he was under arrest. Handcuffs clicked, ending his false authority performance. Detective Esther Crane arrived shortly afterward. She photographed Jade's cheek and documented statements. Fort Benning Criminal Investigation Division was notified. Special Agent Morrison responded within hours. He coordinated with local prosecutors immediately. Evidence showed similar fake HOA encounters nearby. Military families had been specifically targeted. Rutherford exploited deployments and training absences. This time he misjudged who was home. The case moved swiftly through charging phase. Assault, impersonation, attempted fraud were filed. 8 months later, trial commenced in Muskogee County. Jade testified about being slapped unprovoked. I described witnessing and restraining without escalation. Officers detailed the fabricated credentials discovered. Medical testimony confirmed impact injury consistency. Defense argued Rutherford felt threatened somehow. Evidence dismantled that claim piece by piece. The jury deliberated 90 focused minutes. They returned unanimous guilty verdicts. Rutherford received 14 years in state prison. His accomplice received 9 years incarceration. Sentencing cited targeting of military family. Months later, Jade and I discussed that afternoon. She said she saw restraint in my eyes. Not fury, but controlled resolve. Training demanded lawful response, not personal revenge. Justice came through documentation and prosecution. Our driveway returned to quiet routine eventually. The camping gear was unpacked much later, but discipline that day mattered more than anything.